My name is Anna. I am 48 years old. I am not rich. I never was. But I am a mother, and that has always been the most important thing in my life. I sit in my kitchen and look out the window. It is quiet outside. The sun is slowly going down. The room smells like tea and old things, things that keep memories. Sometimes silence feels louder than noise. I live alone now. I have for a long time, but it was not always like this. There was a time when this home was full of life, laughter, steps, voices. My son. His name is Max. When he was born, I was 21. I was young, scared, but happy. I remember holding him for the first time. He was so small, so real. In that moment, I understood something. My life was no longer only mine, and I was ready for that. His father left when Max was 3. No explanation, no goodbye. One day, he just did not come home. I waited. Then I stopped. Max used to ask, "Mom, when will Dad come back?" I did not know what to say. I said, "Soon." But inside, I knew the truth. From that day, everything changed. I started working more than I could handle. During the day, in a store. At night, cleaning offices. I came home tired. Sometimes so tired I could not feel my legs. But I never complained. Because I had a reason. Max. I wanted him to have a better life. Better than mine. I didn't want him to feel what I felt. We lived simply. Very simply. I counted every dollar. I did not buy things for myself. For years. But Max had what he needed. Books, clothes, school supplies, and sometimes small gifts. I remember how happy he was with simple things, a new pen, a chocolate bar, a warm jacket. He never asked for too much, and that was the hardest part, because children should not be like that. One day he said, "Mom, don't buy anything for me. Buy something for yourself." I smiled, but something broke inside me. He grew up too fast. I tried to stay strong, always. But there were nights when I cried quietly, so he would not hear. I was afraid of one thing, that I would not be enough. But every time I looked at him, I found strength. Max was a smart boy. Calm. Kind. He loved reading. He liked fixing old things. Sometimes he just sat next to me in silence, and that was enough. When he was 15, he started working, after school. I did not want that, but he said, "I want to help you," and I could not say no. From that moment, he was not just my son. He became my support. But I still wanted him to focus on school, on his future. Time passed. He finished school, and one day he came home with a letter. I knew it was something important. He stood in the doorway, silent. His hands were shaking. "Mom," he said softly, "I got accepted." I didn't understand at first. "Where?" I asked. He smiled and said the name of the university, one of the best. My heart stopped. Then it started beating fast again. I was proud of him, so proud. But at the same time, I felt fear, because I knew it was expensive, very expensive. He said, "Don't worry, I will find a way." But I had already decided I would work more, even more. I took extra shifts, almost no days off. Sometimes I did not sleep for 2 days, but I kept going. I told myself, this is temporary. For him. Always for him. Max studied hard. He tried his best. He was not home often, but I understood. This was his life, his chance. Sometimes he called, asked how I was. I always said, "I'm fine," even when I wasn't. I did not want him to be my problem. Years passed. He finished university, got a good job, moved to another city, and I stayed alone. The house became too quiet, too empty. I was getting used to it, slowly. Sometimes I looked at old photos, listened to his old voice recordings, and smiled. Then silence again. He called less often. Work. Life. I understood, but I still waited for every call, every message. One day I felt very tired. Not like before. Deeper. Heavier. I sat in the kitchen and could not stand up. For the first time, I was scared. But I told no one, especially not him. I did not want him to come back because of me. He had his life. I chose this. I chose to give him everything, and I never regretted it. Never. Time passed. One day, someone knocked on the door. I was not expecting anyone. I opened it and saw him. Max. He stood there, older, stronger, but his eyes were the same. "Mom," he said, and hugged me, tightly, like when he was a child. I couldn't hold back my tears. He said, "I understand now. Maybe late, but I understand." I did not ask what he meant. I already knew. He stayed, in the kitchen, with me. We drank tea, like before. And for the first time in a long time, I did not feel alone. I looked at him and thought, I am not rich. I am not successful. But I did the most important thing. I raised a good person. And maybe that's enough. Sometimes love is not words, not thanks. Sometimes love is years of silence, sacrifice, waiting. But if in the end someone comes back to you, then it was all worth it. And maybe you did everything right.